All right, guys, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that notification button. Make sure you're subscribed. We are outside in the woods today. I thought I'd give you guys some back view. You've been asking for these type of videos, so you're gonna get these type of videos. Why do men fall in love so easy, and what you can do to prevent from falling in love so easy? And the reason why I'm talking about this is because this is one of the biggest problems that we're having in modern day, is a lot of needy men are outnumbering the men who are thinking logically.
From the streets did she emerge, so the streets she shall return.
As much as we complain, more guys that become woke and start to convert, it's like a whole nother flock of simps are born for every red pill man that's born.
She's dope, she's all that.
First, most of it comes from being around a bunch of single people. Then you're used to a lot of chaos and drama, because a lot of people that are in and out of relationships are the ones that maintain being single. If you grow up in a home where you watch your mom and dad actually form as a union, then you're gonna think differently than someone who lived in a household where their mother and dad was toxic. Toxic parents do more harm to you in your life than good, no matter how much they love you, because during that time period of your life, your brain is forming and you're pretty much intaking all the knowledge that's going to build your personality. So once your personality is built, you'll be trapped inside of a psychological trends, and in most cases that trend has to be broken, which is why the military does a lot of psychological breaking down to get you to conform into a stronger person. So understand, most of it is going to come from childhood. Stop, look at your parents. But once you recognize the problem, then it's easier for you to fix it. Next, you're addicted to the feeling of being in love. That feeling, you like looking at somebody getting excited. You like being next to them. You love telling them nice things. You love being romantic with them. It gives off a beautiful feeling. A lot of people like that. But then you have people that are more concerned with what's going on in the reality of life, and they're not blinded by that. Sometimes that feeling feels so good that that's the only feeling that you want, because you're releasing dopamine. So you're constantly chasing that feeling and you're not chasing reality. This is the thing that slows a lot of men the most, is wanting that. Most guys in life are not successful because their lifetime goal was to be married, not to be rich. Let's get that straight. Most men are not successful because their goals in life was to be married and not to be rich, which is what has blinded you from reality, thinking that the nice guy wins, and when it's all said and done, it's going to be the man who can survive the most that is going to win. Why? Because you like the feeling of being in love, but to be successful, you have to place that over the emotional crutch of being in love. Next, you can't be happy on your own. Now, there's a reason why you can't be happy on your own. And that reason why you can't be happy on your own is because you don't have any goals or dreams. When people do not have goals or dreams, they try to group around other people or always be around other people, trying to figure out where they're going to go in life. This is why you have leaders and then you have followers. There's nothing wrong with being a follower, but you have to make sure that you're choosing a good leader. Most people don't know where they want to be, so most people are not going to be comfortable being alone. But someone that knows where they want to be, they're very comfortable being alone, because being alone is the only time that they can focus in order to stay dedicated to their dreams. So one of the reasons why you fall in love so easy is because you're looking for that romantic feel, because you pretty much don't have any dreams. Your dream is to get married, have kids, and figure it out along the way. Trust me, there's plenty of parents where both of them are working odd jobs and they're living a basic average life and they're happy because they didn't have dreams of being rich. They just had dreams of being in a relationship. So there's nothing wrong with it, but it makes you needy. You have to grow into the type of woman that you're supposed to be with. You have to understand that. It's okay to be average, but it's not okay for you to chase someone who's not looking to be average. Next, you feel like you're running out of time. You're sitting back watching your friends have kids. You're watching everybody else is in relationships and you're finding yourself by yourself. So you're saying to yourself, oh man, I better hurry up and get me a relationship so I can go hang out with my friends. so I could take my girl to the barbecue, so I could take my girl to family functions. So whenever you get around to getting with a girl, you're trying to rush into the relationship because you're trying to catch up with everybody else that you see in a relationship. That's the worst thing to do. And believe it or not, this is what a lot of these modern day women are gonna end up doing. They're gonna find themselves out here settling for any type of guy just so they have somebody to bring to the family reunion. And a lot of you guys know that when your auntie bring that boyfriend in from out of town, or your uncle brings that girlfriend in from out of town, you know they done went and got somebody that they can just be with, so they have someone to bring to the family reunion. So that's one of the things right there why you fall in love so easy. You're trying to fit in with your peers. Next, you're seeking validation from others. All right, others have to approve you. Others have to say, yes, you're a good guy. Yes, you're the perfect guy. That's why a lot of guys cannot get hired at jobs, because they have to be married, because they have to have an image. You have a lot of guys that's not going to get sponsorship unless they're married, so they have to have an image. A lot of celebrities are like that. Get married so you have a marriage image. Why? Because we need to make money not just off the single people, but we need to make money off the married people too, because the married people have influence on the single people. Yes, a lot of married people have the influence over single people, because if the marriage looks good, then single people are going to gravitate towards a marriage that looks good. But if the marriage looks bad, then single people are only going to use it as entertainment. So when you could take a beautiful lifestyle and place it together for others to see, more people watch it because they're preying on the downfall of the relationship. This is why there's so many arguments in relationships online. It's because it makes a lot of money from the single people enjoying watching couples go through drama, that they split and they have a deeper connection with the situation. It's hurt people that want to see hurt people get hurt is where the validation's at. Next, we're going to talk about the dangers of falling in love too fast. The biggest danger that everyone faces when falling in love too fast is that you skip all the red flags. All right, that's the problem. You're gonna skip all the red flags and you're gonna just start paying attention to the bigger picture. When things don't go right, you're gonna be telling yourself like, man, a girl has to have 70% of what you want to be in a relationship, or you're gonna fall for the gimmick where she done told you some stuff about her past, and now you think you gotta be the good guy to cover up her past. Your neediness is gonna cause you to ignore all the drama going in her life, because the drama that's going in her life is entertainment to you. It starts to give you a life because you don't have a life. Understand, if it's not your goal to be successful and rich, and your goal was to get married, that's the only thing you're thinking about in a relationship is getting married. You don't care if she got 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids. You just want to get married so you can fulfill your fantasy that you always wanted. But in that process, you're gonna ignore a lot of red flags. You're gonna end up with baby mamas, or you're gonna end up with girls who's for the streets and no father figure in their house, and you're gonna be in there trying to be a counselor for her, a psychiatrist for her, but all her energy is gonna do is just drain your energy back down, and you ain't gonna be able to think straight. I always tell guys, the least thing that you could do is get the car you want or buy something that you want, so you go into relationships with confidence. If you do not go into a relationship with confidence, then you're going to ignore all the red flags and you're going to end up getting hurt in the long run. But you have to understand, a lot of it, you're bringing it on to yourself, just lack of knowledge. And most of the guys are going to go through this. The best way to keep from falling in love easily is to self-develop. Because you have to realize, when you go through pain in a relationship, that could scar you for life. But when you go through physical pain, it makes you stronger. So in a way, you have to get in the gym. You have to do something recreational. You have to do something that's going to clear your mind, because that's going to get you to think logically. As long as you're sitting around thinking about getting married and being in a relationship, you can easily con your way into that just by volunteering your services to a woman to be her slave. Women will take advantage of the nice guy because he's the guy that's there when no one else is there. Don't be that dude. Self-improvement is the only way to win. And those are facts. We can keep saying, oh, women are this, women are that. Yes, women have changed. Yes, they are. Yes, they have. But species who fail to adapt will go extinct. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.